Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. And we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Knocks it loose. Here's Nesmith. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Their fast hands help Siakam force a turnover, which he turns into a successful fast break.
Now here's Garland. Shoots over house. We'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers facing the Houston Rockets. Brian Anderson here. With me, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Joining us courtside is Allie LaForce. It'll be the Cavaliers off the tip. Outside Garland. Three-pointer, no good. Richard, how about that memorable Rockets winning streak early in 2024?
11 straight wins, look. That's no easy task, no matter who you are playing. The energy in the locker room must have just been off the charts.
Outside Mitchell. From behind the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün. And here are the Rockets to the paint. Throw it down.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Now here's Mobley. Here's Garland. Out to Mobley. Mitchell with the ball. Van Vliet covering. Shot clock at 5. And here's Strus outside. Cleveland again missing.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
A throwback wing. Dillon Brooks is very comfortable working down low.
Mobley on a screen. Inside. Pass to Allen. And here's Mitchell. Puts up a 3. Thompson pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Brooks. The kick out to Van Vliet. Thompson with a screen. Back to Brooks. Now here's Green. Here's the floater. And Şengün gets it to go.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Back comes Houston in transition. And that one's good for Brooks.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Now here's Mitchell. Allen on the wing. Back to Mitchell. To halt the run. The Rockets pull it in.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Since being drafted in 2021, Alperen Şengün has really grown his game, Richard.
Particularly his assist numbers. That's what impresses me. You can run the offense through the 6'11" Şengün. It's so impressive.
Well, Brooks is one hard-working man. He runs into a foul and still gets a shot off.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Houston.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
Well, the recent success of the Cavs has centered around their defense, RJ.
Well, if you want a chance to contend, you're going to have to be able to defend. Their coach embodies that, and so does their personnel, specifically their front court. He doesn't waste any time right there thinking about it. Garland gets that hot pass and moves.
Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Pass to Green. Şengün, the screen. Down low. The kick out to Van Vliet. Thompson outside. Outside, Green. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, when you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. We see glimpses of how close we can be.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Green. Thompson pulls it in. Cavaliers trail by 8. Pass to Jerome. Thompson with a screen to the inside. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Adams a screen to the middle. Outside for Green. Smith outside. Inside. Adams. From the baseline. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Green's gotten his second bucket of the game.
I know it's not in vogue right now, but for guys like Green, there are points to be had in that mid-range.
To the paint. The kick to Hunter. Here's Jerome. The three-pointer off the mark. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Here's Green. Drives to the hoop. And the layup is good off the glass. Green's got 7 points in the game.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
And so it's Houston closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Great shot selection right now. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, we've seen the Rockets really take control here.
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Outside Holiday. 6 to shoot. Down low. Smith no good. And it's Garland with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They trail by 11. And one guy who's just scratching the surface of his potential, Jabari Smith.
Yeah, he's still very young, still gaining strength, but his upside on both ends is enormous.
Well, Brad, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
One look at Evan Mobley, and you can see he is built for this position. The height, the length, he's got all the physical gifts that a power forward could ask for.
Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse. But some rebuilds take longer than others.
Outside Garland. For 3. It's hauled in by Houston. Right side Whitmore. Here's Eason. No good from outside. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Garland for 3. That one drops. 3 for 6 now.
For a guard like Garland, hitting threes unlocks the rest of the floor.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Houston leading by 8. On the wing, Whitmore. And another miss by Houston.
Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
Back to Mitchell. Here's the 3. Yes, sir! Mitchell from long range.
And you got to be right up on Mitchell or else he will punish you right off the catch.
To the wing, right side. Back to Adams. Another shot. Shoots over Allen. Here's Thompson. The shot that time not on target. Good D by Mobley. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Evan Mobley was the 3rd overall pick in 2021, and his teammate Donovan Mitchell said about him, "It's crazy, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I don't think he really understands how good he can be. He can take us to a completely different level. I personally believe that he can be a top 5 player in this league." Brian, high praise for his teammate.
Indeed it is. Good stuff, Allie.
And the luxury of having Van Vliet. He doesn't need the ball to score. Fred can work off the rock and be a spot-up shooter.
Mobley on a screen. From deep, Strus. Adams grabs the miss.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Pass to Brooks. It's tipped. Fast break, Cleveland. Here's Allen. That one goes in.
Nice pass right there from Garland. Love seeing that selfless attitude.
Brooks outside. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And Cleveland making a change here. And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
Thompson scanning the floor. Back to Garland. Over Van Vliet. Smith with the rebound. The Rockets lead by 8. Here's Green. Ooh, look at Green taking it to him.
So quick on the drive. When Green is slicing with confidence, he is hard to stop.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Mobley outside. On the wing, Strus. Outside Garland. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Mobley beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. Pass to Thompson. Here's Brooks. Checked by Mitchell. Back to Thompson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now a 12-point Houston lead.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Garland draws the double. Thompson with a screen. Back to Strus. Outside Garland. To the inside. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Outside, Green. Pass to Thompson. Misses from close range.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
And so it's the Houston Rockets going into the break up 12. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. More 2K action in just a moment. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Here's Van Vliet. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. And it's stolen by Van Vliet. It's good.
Well, Van Vliet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Pass to Akiki. Back to Mitchell. Fires the 3. Doesn't go that time.
and he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
RJ, the Cavs breaking ground on a new practice facility set to open in 2027.
Situated on the Cuyahoga River, it will be 4 times larger than the existing one. And let me tell you this, the existing one was state-of-the-art, and it continues to rejuvenate what we're seeing in downtown Cleveland. Shout out to the Cavaliers.
And a miss there on the triple.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
And it's Green missing.
Normally he drains that.
On the wing, Mitchell. Thompson pulls it in. Knocks it loose. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. The shot's good. Mitchell's got 5.
One thing you can count on with Mitchell, he will just keep attacking.
Pass to Akiki. Thompson with a steal. It's a one-on-one situation. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
And man, does Thompson glide down the court with ease. Outstanding at finishing in transition.
Here's Mitchell. Plenty of space. And the jumper is on the mark. Mitchell's got 4 points in the quarter.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Now Smith hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And stolen by Mobley. And now the Cavaliers on the break. Here's Garland. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Storming in on that drive, Garland just burst right through the coverage.
And in Garland, we're looking at one of the best passers in the league, Richard.
I don't think he gets enough credit for it. He's got such a great feel for the game, the way he wiggles in and out of the lane. It is so impressive. He is such a great, confident floor leader.
2 on the clock. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. To the middle. Here's Easton. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Houston shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Richard, if you look back at the Rockets' history, it's striking how many all-time greats have worn that uniform.
There are so many Hall of Famers: Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, Calvin Murphy, Yao Ming, Elvin Hayes, and that's only to name a few.
These are his first free throws of the game. And he knocks down the first one. Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
The 3, Smith. Strus grabs the miss.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Adams. Now Smith. Mobley with the block.
Hard to protect your shot from Mobley's length. Look, he just bats that ball away.
Beyond the arc. The shot, no good. Houston leading by 11. Left side, Whitmore. Launches it. Thompson pulls it in. And here comes Cleveland. Here's Mobley. And the deficit down inside single digits.
Adept at fending off aggressive coverage. Mobley already looking like a vet out there.
From outside the arc. Pure from three-point range. Easton's got 6 points in the quarter.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Garland for three. Adams grabs the miss. Well, Grant, it's obvious who's been in control of this game.
You know, you really have to appreciate their relentlessness.
For three, Smith. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in.
Thompson with a screen to the paint. And stolen by Holiday. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Here's Eason. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Out to Garland. Got it off in time. And so it's the Houston Rockets. A sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Cavaliers trail by 18. From deep, Mitchell. That one no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Back to Jerome. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Rockets?
They have found a lot of success in transition, running at every opportunity and getting points before the defense can get set.
And Houston making a change here.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Three-pointer, Holiday. The rebound by Allen. On the wing, Strus. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
Well, you talk about an anchor for this defense. Richard Jarrett Allen is that.
It's hard to find a big man who can move and eat up space like Allen. He's a great shot blocker that can also move his feet on the perimeter and guard in isolation. But a difference maker at the rim, that is where he's at his best.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
That's just unfair with that advantage height-wise. You can just shoot over him from deep.
Lets it go from 14. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Here's Okeke. No good off the glass.
Ooh, might rush that one a little bit. Pretty clean look inside.
Pass to Eason. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Ooh, it's stolen by Eason. And here's Smith. The floater. And it's good on the lay-in.
And looks like Smith is already getting stronger. He's looking to add some muscle, and that finish through contact is a great sign.
Pass to Allen. Here's Jerome. Cleveland again missing. Here's Van Vliet. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Outside Mitchell. It's rebounded by Şengün. Houston leading by 18. Here's Eason. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Mitchell. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Here's Şengün. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Şengün's gotten 4 this quarter.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And the Rockets call time here. Minute 32 left in the fourth quarter. The Rockets lead by 22. Stolen by Mitchell.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Rockets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Greg.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
Here's Green. Oh, and Mobley with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Off the inbound pass. And Jalen Green with the 3. 1:03 left in the game. And it's Garland with the ball for Cleveland. Fires for 3. Thompson pulls it in. And it's Houston's ball. It's a 22-point lead, the most they've led by. Nice little shot fake there. Got the D out of position.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Back to Garland. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Mitchell. Kept alive. Allen, right side. And the call will be against Fred Van Vliet. That's his first foul of the game. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Brooks outside. Over Hunter. And it's Brooks missing. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce courtside. Tip-off goes to the Celtics. Pass to Brown. The three. Gets the three to fall. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You got to keep him out of the paint.
On offense, here is San Antonio. Here's Fox. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Back to Tatum. Brown with a screen. Outside Holiday. Outside Porzingis. No good from outside.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Vassell outside. Pass to Wembanyama. Second shot opportunity. Misses from short range.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
There's Tatum with the three. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. And so it's Wembanyama with it. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades. Defensively, you have to stay connected to them on the perimeter.
Fox left side. Here's Castle. Vassell outside. Kicks it out to Barnes. Pass to Wembanyama. Shot clock at 5. Spurs need to get one up here. Castle misses. Tatum draws the double. Now Porzingis. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
One of the tallest guys in the league. Give Porzingis the ball there and just let him work.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. We talked about his matchup against the highly touted Victor Wembanyama, and Coach told me Victor's combination of speed and size creates a lot of problems on both ends of the floor, so we've got to play a physical brand of basketball to just keep him out of rhythm. It'll be interesting to see how that affects him, B.A.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
Passes like this demonstrate leadership. Vassell wanting to find his open teammates.
And Richard, we talked about Victor Wembanyama, 7 foot 4 inches, skilled. Did you ever think we'd see a player like him?
Maybe in about 20 years, but we're seeing more and more hybrids. He is just an outlier that we have never seen before. The tallest player in the league and one of the most skilled.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Here's Holiday. And the 17-footer goes down. Holiday's got 5.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending. I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Tatum gets the bucket.
An accurate shooter from distance. Tatum's teammates want him to keep looking to pull the trigger.
Now here's Fox. Pass to Castle. Barnes with it. Fox outside. Six on the shot clock. Going inside. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. That one on White. Both teams deciding to change it up. San Antonio shooting their first foul shot of the game. Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is, and just now entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years, and it's scary trying to think just how much he can still improve.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Fox. He's got 5. Back to Sohan. Outside Paul. And Pritchard pulls it down. Here's Shireman. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Boston out in front, up 3. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
Paul for 3. Drops in the 3. Paul's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
You can't let Paul get room to shoot from downtown. That's a recipe for disaster.
And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. Jam Penny, that's good.
Showing the point guard instincts there. Fox with great vision.
Boston trailing. Pass to Shireman. Fires from deep. Hits the three-pointer.
Trading the lead back and forth. Neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Since drafting Wembanyama, the Spurs have looked like a team that gets better every game, RJ.
And they're still so young. They're learning the intricacies of the game and how to play with each other. But you can tell things are coming together and the future looks bright.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Here's Wesley. Over to the left wing. Here's Sohan. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. Richard, you played for great teams and rebuilding teams. How different is the atmosphere between those types of organizations?
The expectation to win from everyone, top to bottom, that's what stands out to me. Everyone takes their role seriously and professionally.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, "I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time." Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. Here's Champagny. To the right side. Pass to Branham. Okay, RJ, we all know how luck comes into play in the NBA. The Spurs have had great lottery luck.
Yeah, winning the first pick 3 times, drafting David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama. I don't know, but I would be really upset if I was all of those other teams to miss out on those big guys.
And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls, shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Pritchard. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Pritchard's got 6.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge. Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Drives to the hoop. The 3 from Craig. And again, Boston with the triple.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
And there's 1:45 left in the second period. Here's Wesley. And he converts the layup. Wesley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pass to Hauser. Beyond the arc. Bearing his second of 3 attempts. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
Sohan. Tipped. Here's Pritchard. He's got 6. To the inside. Craig. He can't hit that time. Johnson with the defensive effort. San Antonio trailing here. San Antonio shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. That free throw misses. So both teams changing it up here. And he misses the second one as well. So 0 for 2 that time. Here's Wesley. He's got 5. Wembanyama. Porzingis grabs the board. Left side White. Back to Brown. Pass to Holiday. Tatum from long range. Rebound by San Antonio. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Great play by Porzingis. Love seeing the zinger engaged on D.
They set a pick to the middle. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama with it. With 1 on the clock. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Boston out in front, up by 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. They trail by 1. Well, Richard, it might be a long time before we see a player with the combination of Wembanyama's size and skill.
He changes every opponent's game plan, offensively and defensively. You've seen nothing like it, and we probably won't for a long time. Well, Tatum is the obvious option for the catch and shoot. He's such an efficient scorer.
Fox gets it to go inside.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Pass to Brown. White for three. Knocks it down from distance. White's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
It's stolen by Tatum. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. And the jam by Brown.
Was it just me, or was there a little bit extra on that slam by Brown?
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Fox deciding where to go with it. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Richard, the first winner of the NBA Clutch Player of the Year, De'Aaron Fox.
And he's great late in games because he's so quick. You got to give him space. But he's improved his outside shot, so you can't just lay off of him. It makes him a little tough to guard, especially late.
They set the pick. Here's Tatum. Tipped. Outside, Brown. From downtown. And again, Boston with the triple.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, "It sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling." Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. Barnes, it's good.
And with this kind of vision, we could see the assist numbers go sky high for Wembanyama.
Pass to Porzingis. Right side, Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Outside, White. Well, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Castle. Back to Wembanyama.
Lockdown defense by Porzingis. When he moves his feet to get in position, his length is unbelievable.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamentals.
JT to the hole. And finished off by Tatum.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Here's Castle. And Porzingis with the block. Up top, Tatum. On the wing, Holiday. Outside, Brown. Brown with a screen. Tatum with it. Now guarded by Sohan. 6 to shoot. Outside, White. There's Tatum with the 3. Rebound by San Antonio. Oh, got a piece of it. It's stolen by Tatum. White on the wing. Outside Tatum. Pass to White. Back to Tatum. Oh, look at Tatum going to work inside.
See, this is what Tatum is capable of. Look, he is a sensational scorer. We understand that. But when he gets into a rhythm, whew.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Spurs trail by 4. Here's Wesley. He's got 5. And the basket by Branham.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Here's Pritchard. Takes the 3. Sohan with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Branham. And he draws body contact. Looks like a blocking foul. He was in the shooting motion, so he'll head to the line. The first one falls. And that's good as he hits both shots. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Craig. Back to Pritchard. Clock at 6. Here's Hauser. Lets it go from deep. No good there. For the lead, Champagny. And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for Boston. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Three tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Shireman. Out left to the wing. And a miss there on the triple.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Outside Paul. The basket's good off the assist from Fox. And the Spurs lead by 3.
The defense cannot give Paul any airspace even as the pass is coming his way.
Pass to Hauser. To the wing, right side. 5 on the clock. Pritchard. The long distance 3 is buried.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. So San Antonio going with almost an entire new group here. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was telling his team. He pleaded with his guys to keep their emotions in check, saying, "You're battling right now. Continue to play smart. Don't try to be a hero out there. Play for one another." Guys, let's see what happens.
And Allie, thank you for that. Pass to Hauser. Let's go with a 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Sohan, right side. And there's the drive. Here's Wesley. Out to the wing. Here's Champagny. Second chance effort. The shot that time not on target. Oh, great D that time from Craig. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. A different look for San Antonio. Boston trailing. Here's Tatum. Hey, strong move, Tatum.
Brushing off the contact look. The dude is strong. When he gets in there, it's easy. That's an easy bucket.
Right side, Wembanyama. Pass to Castle. Now Vassell. For 3. Sinks it from distance. And the Spurs lead by 3.
Much more comfortable from deep. Vassell finding that stroke.
Dives for it. And out of bounds. San Antonio will have it. San Antonio leading by 3. Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Fox outside. Shot clock at 6. And Fox powers it home.
A monster night for Fox. You can call him a point guard. I call him a scoring guard because that's what De'Aaron brings.
Tatum from long range. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
That is not the shot they needed there. You got to work it around and get a better look.
Fox right side. There's the triple. Boston pulls it in. Holiday from long range. It's not going to go for him. And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth. Outside for Wembanyama. And stolen by Porzingis. Porzingis putting the size to work.
Oh, my. Huge play from Porzingis. A testament to the competitiveness that he plays with.
To the paint. It's tipped. And stolen by Holiday. White for 3. Vassell with the rebound. San Antonio leading by 3. .102 left in the game. Back to Fox. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Brown. That one off the back iron and out. This possession could decide the game.
And you really have to be smart with the ball here.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Tatum. To tie it up. It falls. Oh, a tremendous 3. We're tied.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Fox. And Tatum, here we go. Holiday with the ball. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Outside White. Outside Tatum to take the lead. Oh my! What a shot! And Greg Popovich has called timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
No choice but to go for the 3. Maybe set up a screen to carve out some space and get a clean look.
So it's a narrow victory for the